years ago, a minute ago, but you study the works of Michael Cremo and the real history of the world, the real verifiable empirical history of the world, these phony ideas that the Ice Age prohibited us from becoming, building cities and so forth. Yeah, hogwash. The ice didn't even cover much of North America. So the point is the world government's been here an awful long time. There is no, if anybody says that they're implementing world government, that's because, well, I don't want to be too critical of others here because a lot of friends that I have will say this.
Right.
But I mean, no, it's already been here. We all know this. And I think that some people in the mass media actually picking up on this and agreeing with some of the conspiratorial leaders and saying, yeah, world government's coming. That's a trick if they're doing it. If anything shows up in the mass media, it's a trick to get us to, go into divide and conquer fighting techniques towards each other. And what they're doing is probably just trying to facilitate more of what I was discussing earlier of how we're supposed to go and attack the puppet level of the New World Order. So that's what I would take any belief that, we're going into the world government. No way. It's, come on. What do you think we were in back during the days of when the Freemasons got going way back in whatever it was, BC? That was world government, Babylon.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me rephrase it this way then. Do you see a physical consolidation of power, at least in terms of a show, so to speak? I mean, do you see sort of a front in front of the curtain, a display of a consolidation of power, sort of like what we've seen in recent years with the European Union?
Yes and no. I mean, at the level of financial issues and, the airport scanners that are going in, I mean, yeah, all that there are various aspects of increased power and, fewer and fewer people controlling, things. And so, we've got, fewer airlines, fewer, the government's taking over the auto industry and so forth. Now, so yeah, in those aspects, we've got a consolidation of power, but in a bigger picture, no, we've always been, I mean, okay, so that would be on the level of the New World Order. On the higher level, the level of the Illuminati Nephilim, no, there's no consolidation of power. They've always been in control, and the whole world resembles a concentration camp. I mean, kids are shipped off to schools. We've got a mass prison system all over here in America. You've got labor camps all over the world, kids in China making shoes, and kids in Thailand making Nike shoes, working in slaves environments. And we've got people in America here working at their minimum wage jobs for huge long hours, not spending time with their family, beat and tired out when they get home, eating their toxic food with, steroids and hormones and radiated broccoli and so forth. So no, the whole system is a big concentration camp. The world is a gulag, and we've just been tricked into thinking that there's aspects of it that are free. The only way people are given freedom to watch their TV is about as much freedom as they're given. The only way you can have freedom is if you decide, it's as simple, so you simply make the decision that you're not going along with it. Just like Henry David Thoreau did when he was sitting in jail when he wrote his book on the duty of civil disobedience. He said, I'm just not going to cooperate. And that's the first spark of freedom that anybody can have. So I think that really they've always been in control, and they're just changing their game players, that they're just changing their pawns.
Well, a good example of what you're saying is, we went into Iraq saying, here we are, we're going to free the people. And the people there, generally had it relatively well before we got there. And yet here's this genocide going on and ongoing in Darfur, and we didn't lift a finger.
And that is the most incredible example. That's a microcosmic example of the world system. I mean, they tell us we're free, and we descend more and more into this horrific system. I mean, Nixon said, he had the war on cancer. People have to remember back in the 1970s, he said he's going to help us with cancer. Oh, what happened? The cancer rates went way, way up percentage-wise since then. So, I mean, the whole thing is a big lie.
Mm-hmm. And you look at Iraq, and are the people really any better off? Of course not.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
now, Jeff. Again, the DVD is the Illuminati are the Nephilim, and one of Jeff's websites is abstractatom.com. You can find out the information on there. And before we go, talk about real quickly the relationship between Catholic popes and Hitler. You go into detail on your DVD, but I found this very interesting. There's a relationship. There was a relationship there, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was that guy who wrote that book, Hitler's Pope. He was what was he, a Pulitzer Prize winner? He was some very prestigious author, and he was going to go. There was a lot of supposed conspiracy theories going around in the decades after World War II that the popes were actually just the spiritual masters of the Nazis, or somehow just segments of the spiritual aspects of the occult and satanic Nazi Third Reich, which of course still exists now. It's just they changed their uniforms and they all went to South America and they worked at NASA and so forth. But anyway, yeah, what he found was, sorry, his name slips my mind at the moment, but it's in my DVD, and you can just go look up Hitler's Pope on Amazon and you'll find the book. And it was a bestseller for some time. And he found, in doing this painstaking research, the book's incredible, is that no, there was no. He tried to disprove that the Pope of the time and of World War II and Hitler were in cahoots, and he found all the evidence pointed that they were. Then now you put this together with the popes telling us about New World Order, the popes trying to trick us into this, that there's aliens and stuff. Now, there are extraterrestrials, but I think they want us to believe it for their Hollywood reasons. They want us to be coaxed into it for other reasons, which is another topic. Then we see the priests sexually abusing children, the most horrific thing imaginable. It's just poo-pooed and, like an everyday thing to them. So, yeah, the Nazis and the Pope, I mean, the point here in the film is that when you look at the real nature of these groups, you find out that Satanism is everywhere, and they're just it's verifiable. You can find out. I mean, these are the high levels, getting up towards the Illuminati, the Nephilim, way above the New World Order puppet governments of the world. So it's just a very extraordinary and powerful thing to verify that. And you can tell millions and millions of people around the world aren't doing it. They're just watching their TV and believing the garbage because they think the Pope is some loving person. But clearly you can verify it's not the case.
And the author is John Cornwell.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And now we're going to have you back in about a month. Again, we've been speaking with Jeffrey Grupp. Very fascinating interview. The DVD is outstanding. It's The Illuminati Are the Nephilim. Again, it's at abstractatom.com, and you can find out more information about Jeffrey at abstractatom.com. Now, Jeffrey, you're going to be back in about a month. We're going to talk about your book, the book Corporatism. Can you maybe in about two to 3 minutes give us a sneak preview of the overall summary of what this book is about?
Yeah, that's a good thing to do after what we've been talking about here. It's good. I can really lay it down right here. Okay, the specific tool. I just got done saying the world is a concentration camp, even though we've been taught that that's not true. I mean, but you can verify it is. So this prison, this Earth prison that we live in, the tool that is specifically used by the Illuminati masters to carry out this, to put this Earth prison in place, is called corporatism. And that's when you have globally, you've got big militaries, big governments, and big business all becoming identical worldwide. So really there's just one big military government and business system that dominates everything. Now, it's been this way for thousands and thousands of years. This is the only kind of government system we've ever had. You can talk about, democracy and communism and all this stuff all you want. No, what is real is corporatism, and it's a way of making the whole world into a prison while all the people in that prison falsely believe that they're free. They're the slaves that think they're free. There's all kinds of tactics and strategies and methods, lobbyists and poisonous vaccines and chemtrails and visible governments and, the concept of a court system, which is controlled by Freemasons secretly. I mean, the whole thing is just masterfully done as if they've been doing it for a long, long time. And that's their tool to keep us in this Earth prison.
Great. Again, it's Jeffrey Grupp, and his DVD is The Illuminati Are the Nephilim, and we'll look forward to our conversation next month on his book, Corporatism. Jeffrey, thank you so much for being my guest today.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I love this show.
Excellent, and I love your work, too. So on behalf of Jeffrey Grupp, this is Bruce Collins. We'll be back next week. Take care. Thanks, Jeffrey.
Hey, that was all right. Hope it sounded okay to you.
Oh, excellent! And I'll give you the link for this Saturday.
Oh, great! That'd be awesome. Good deal.
Okay, and I'll touch base with you on next month's interview.
Okay, brother. I really want to thank you for giving me these slots. This is awesome.
Oh, no problem. And I'll send you questions just like we did this time.
Okay, if you need anything else, let me know. I'm going to mail you my telescreen book. I'll email you in a little bit to get your address again.
Okay, take care, Jeffrey. I'll
Okay,
talk to
take
you
care.
soon.
Thanks.
Okay,
Bye.
bye.